Back now at 7:39 with an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the life and hectic schedule of the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. Savannah Guthrie recently caught up with her. Hey, Savannah, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ann. And Hillary Clinton, of course, is known for keeping a tireless pace. She's on track already to be the most traveled Secretary of State ever. But at age 63, she's getting ready to make a change, making clear she will leave this position at the end of the president's first term.
Good morning.
From the moment she walks into the State Department headquarters, Hillary Clinton is perpetually in motion. A frenzy of photo ops, phone calls.
Hello, Sergey, it's Hillary.
Staff meetings, speeches, and the obligations of office.
And for that, I thank you.
All before lunch.
You and President Kamala Ray have the best clothes.
But after nearly 3 years, Hillary Clinton can see the horizon.
What's the one thing you want to be able to point to and have people be able to say, Hillary Clinton left it better than she found it?
That despite very difficult circumstances when President Obama and I started our jobs, we have reasserted American leadership. We are going to lead despite other countries coming to the forefront. We are going to lead because America is destined to lead.
Her tenure has seen a dramatic reordering of world power, and hanging over it all, a global economic crisis.
Do world leaders see an America that's in decline?
Well, if they do, they're badly mistaken. We do have to get our own house in order, our economic house, our political house, but at the same time, we cannot abdicate leadership around the world, because when we do, it does come back to bite us.
Around the world, Clinton's approach is a combination of blunt talk,
Those nations are standing on the wrong side of history.
personal charm,
I hope we get one good picture out of it.
and above all, frequent flyer diplomacy.
Another day at the office, huh?
Yeah, so to speak.
She has flown more than 600,000 miles on this government plane, a flying satellite office where she can reach world leaders at a moment's notice, or hone her most necessary diplomatic skill, the ability to nap on command.
A lot of people can't, but I can pass out nearly anywhere.
Let's get practical a second here. I mean, I saw your cabin. For those who think this may be glamorous work, it's a pull-out couch.
Right.
And there's not a hair and makeup team waiting on board.
No, well, no, that should be obvious. No, when I get off the plane in the middle of the night, you know, I mean, I'm always worried I'll scare the children.
In Washington, she has become a force in her own right. At the White House several times a week, it's easy to forget how bitter and hard-fought the 2008 campaign was.
Shame on you, Barack Obama.
You have to be honest, though. It was certainly awkward at first, wasn't it?
Well, Savannah, of course, because we had had a hard-fought election, and I wanted to beat him, and he ended up beating me. But he asked me to serve our country and him in his administration. Why? Because we both love our country. So I said yes, because at the end of the day, we have to be bigger than politics.
Do you think you're in the inner circle?
I think on the issues that I work on in the national security arena, absolutely.
Does he ever ask you for political advice?
Oh, every so often, but I keep that to myself.
But as the president's political troubles have mounted, some Democrats have wondered out loud if it should have been Hillary after all.
That's gotta feel good. It can't feel bad.
You know what? It feels irrelevant to me because a decision was made. I think the president has done an excellent job under the most difficult circumstances.
Well, Dick Cheney thought you would do a good job.
Well,
Do you feel vindicated?
No. I look, I feel maybe because I have been at this and do have 20 years of work behind me, I feel like this is all predictable, that we're living in times that are hard to navigate. We need leadership that's willing to make hard decisions, and I think the president has done that.
What's surprising is how the woman who was once so polarizing
I'm not sitting here as some little woman standing by my man like Tammy Wynette.
I suppose I could have stayed home and baked cookies and had teas.
This vast right-wing conspiracy
is now so popular. Gallup's most admired woman in America 9 years running, a change in public fortune that's not lost on her.
What do you think people know about you now that they didn't know then?
I think because I've been on the public consciousness for so long and on the television screens in people's homes, I think there's a comfort.
They got used to you?
Yeah, kind of, it's her again.
The next president of the United States, Bill Clinton.
It was 20 years ago this month her husband announced his presidential candidacy in Little Rock. 2 decades of a life lived in public, her ups, her downs, and yes, her dues. Now Clinton seems ready to step out of the spotlight.
What do you think life will be like when, after 20 years in politics, it'll be you and the former president at home, sitting around?
I can't wait. I can't wait. I mean, obviously, we're going to be very active, but it is something that I'm really looking forward to enjoying. When I get to go home on the weekends, which is not often enough, it's just great to be doing as little as possible. And I think, after this 20 years, that'll be very welcome.
One title I know you seek to have one of these days is grandmother.
Yes, you figured that out.
But I noticed that Chelsea's been doing more events. We saw her a couple of weeks ago doing an event with you. Do you think she has the Clinton bug for politics?
I don't know. I don't have any reason to believe that. I think she does have the public service bug. That seems to be in our DNA.
Will you run for president in 2016?
No. No, Savannah, I'm very privileged to have had the opportunities to serve my country, and I am really old-fashioned. I feel like I've made my contribution, I've done the best I can, but now, I want to try some other things. I want to get back to writing and maybe some teaching, working on women and girls around the world.
But Secretary Clinton, politics is in your blood. People will not believe that you are closing the door and locking it on running for office ever again.
They'll have to just watch and wait. I have made my contribution. I'm very grateful I've had a chance to serve, but I think it's time, for others to step up.
And the sense among insiders is that Clinton really means it. She's done with public office, but they also believe that if the party came calling in 2016, it may be very difficult for her to say no.